Nova Online, Daniel Larson, and Joshua Block. What do these people have in common? They're Lolcows. A Lolcow is a person whose eccentric or foolish behavior can be exploited to amuse onlookers. Basically, a person who is milked for laughs. One of the oldest Lolcows is Christian. Now, a quick disclaimer before I go any further, this video may include some heinous things such as SA, diaper fetishes, EDPophilia, abuse, alcoholism, and all-around unhygienic activities. This is your first warning. I'm not hating on any of the individuals mentioned in this video. Please do not send them hate. Chris Chan, a 43-year-old autistic trans woman who got internet famous back in 2007 when images of them at a tabletop gaming store leaked out to the Something Awful message boards. Upon discovery, Chris was mocked for their odd fashion sense. Images of Chris soon spread to places like 4chan, where trolls began to, and yet this, troll them.
China! I am not a pedo fork, you dorks!
You can kiss my foot.
Back the fuck off! You do not want to get on my bad side again! This is Clyde. You want me to calm down? You want me to calm down? That's Clyde is.
This propelled Chris into stardom. Initial interest was spurred on by their childlike artwork, their signature homemade Sonichu medallion that they wore out in public. A reaction to the oncoming mockery led to a cycle of Chris revealing more disturbing facts about themselves and trolls going to greater lengths to uncover more knowledge about Chris. And the great lengths they went, as Chris got catfished and their identity stolen. In response, Chris Chan logged off the internet for good. Until months later in 2011, when they came back and announced they were trans. Then their father died, was in a hit and run, and their house burnt down. Oh, and they also got maced at GameStop. This is the part of the story when things get more darker than they already are. When two sets of trolls, known as the Idea Guys and the Team Troon Squad, started to brainwash Chris into thinking they were a god, meant to bring the convergence of dimensions between the world shown in his webcomic and our world, efficiently starting a doomsday cult around what began as a silly self-indulgent Sonic the Hedgehog and Pokemon crossover. Not so cool, guys, not so cool. The point of no return was finally crossed in 2021, where leaked audio messages of Chris Chan and his mother doing some not so nice things that a mother and a son should commit together. Why did they do it? I have no clue why, actually. I think his mother was mentally ill. I think that was a possibility. I think that actually is what happened. But after that, he got kicked out and sent to jail. Statements from the jail said that Chris fell into his own fantasies and started to believe that he was the reincarnation of Jesus Christ. I'm not hating. Don't send hate to anybody in this video. But I don't think that's possible. In 2025, we haven't heard much from Chris, but we have heard one thing. A video was posted of Chris breaking their Sonichu medallion, releasing the 10,000 damned souls in it to wreak havoc upon the world.
I was so fucking wrong. I'm sorry. Apparently she hasn't gotten better, and she's gotten worse, in fact. She now still thinks she is Jesus Christ reincarnated, and she remade the medallion. She broke it all up and used it to make a new one.
In all seriousness, Chris Chan really didn't deserve any of the trolling they began in the first place. The trolling was merely just because they looked a little weird. And if you look at me, I look extremely weird. It's also another reason why I hate 4chan and I think it should be nuked off the internet. The next Lolcow I want to talk about is Nova Online, aka Gabriel Gage, aka Nova Universe. Nova is a very, very disgusting person known for age play.
Twinkle, twinkle, little star, how I wonder where you are. Up above the world so high, like a diamond in the sky. Twinkle, twinkle, little star, how I wonder what you are.
You did so great.
Aww.
I love your singing voice.
I'm so sorry I had to put you through that. I wouldn't even be mad if you clicked off the video right now. But since I have you here, why don't you click that like and subscribe button? Nova is just very disgusting in general, and a lot of weird things pop up with him such as pedophilia, diapers, unfortunately.
Y'all, did you know Nova Online was caught with diapers? But not only that, they're baby fur diapers. If you look over on the back of the diapers, it depicts a puppy's asshole. Who knows what this guy was doing with these diapers, but it must have been some sicko shit.
Very disgusting living situations too. Nova gained popularity by his appearance, something very common with Lolcows. His nasally voice was also one of the factors, and his subpar food reviews.
Trying Wingstop for the first time. Cajun seasoned fries. Okay. Mildly spicy, but nothing that I can't bear. These are actually pretty decent. 8 out of 10. Mango habanero wings. Mango.
As his fame grew, so did his monstrous ego. Nova didn't really take criticism well, avidly arguing with people who didn't like his content.
No, you put the fries in the bag, dipshit.
A lot of Lolcows have this monstrous ego, some worse than others. Nova is a prime example of that. Nova got involved in a long-term online feud with another Lolcow, Topiachu, which is someone who I'll be talking about later.
And like I said, Nova, what do you want? Huggies or Pampers? You better answer quick.
Not like Tofupa, who sits on her lazy ass all day, probably collecting social security money like Chris Chan.
In that same year of 2023, the fall happened. Audio recordings, screenshots, and videos of him age playing / age regressing were leaked online. By who, you may ask? By his 15-year-old Discord mod. Now this mod, I forgot their name, Nova avidly flirted with, and also did some very heinous things on video call with. None of them were bad, no grooming. Hopefully, of what we know, no grooming. Yet. Because Nova is still online. Oh my god, that was so fucking cringy. Oh my god. He wore diapers. He straight up ordered diapers to his house and his mom caught him. It's funny as shit, but it's disgusting as well. To be honest, I'm pretty sure most age regressors are pedophiles. I'm pretty sure all of them are pedophiles. Because Nova Online has been on record saying that he loves children. I shouldn't be laughing, but still. It's a little bit funny. On November 30th, 2024, Nova was in a sting operation and was caught talking to a underage decoy. Also, one of my favorite memes came from Nova Online. Can I get a fresh on YouTube, please? For about like a week straight, I couldn't stop saying that with my friends, and they got really annoyed at me. The third Lolcow is a very sad one. Daniel Larson, a 26-year-old TikToker who got in the spotlight actually before TikTok. In 2012, Daniel would be enrolled in the Tennyson Center for Children, a program that helps children who suffered from neglect and child abuse. Before he was in the program, he was heavily abused by his mother, Elizabeth Shimmer. While he was at the program, custody was handed over to his grandmother, Nancy Shimmer, and then moved from California to Colorado, where Daniel was enrolled at Sobesi Academy and would graduate in 2017. He was later diagnosed with autism, ADHD, and bipolar disorder. Fast forward to 2021, and Daniel started posting on TikTok, revealing he was now homeless because of his grandmother's passing in 2019. He would start begging for money on TikTok lives to have some sort of income. But this would end up being the start of the downfall for Daniel. Trolls in his TikTok comment section would start harassing him. A troll going by the alias Flexburger would leak a Pinterest account that belonged to Daniel under the name Hollywood Lars 20. In one of his galleries named Girl Crushes, there are images of several young female celebrities such as Grace Vanderwall and Darcy Lynn Farmer. Both were 16 at the time. He also had several other disturbing galleries, such as those covering masturbation and age of consent in several states. Daniel took a few months off TikTok, and when he came back, he denied the claims.
Somebody was telling me of some type of social platform called Pinterest. Huh. I wonder what type of printer it uses.
But this just stoked the fire under Daniel's trolls. One troll made Daniel shave a big chunk of his hair off straight down the middle. In 2025, Daniel's off TikTok and either institutionalized or just off the internet. Joshua Block, a TikToker you may have heard or seen, is truly a sad case of people with autism being taken advantage of for money and clicks. Josh started his TikTok career off by making videos of himself reviewing coffee and walking around New York City. In 2023, however, he would succumb to alcoholism and would find a manager called Mr. Based. Mr. Based would start manipulating Josh into doing and saying horrible things, like making Josh drink unhealthy amounts of alcohol, saying racial slurs, and even stomping on a dead fish's head. Mr. Based is definitely one of the people to blame for Josh's actions, and also the people on TikTok who would frequently fry by him while he streams. Josh Block may be an easy person to laugh at, but when you know his full story, it's truly a sad case of how badly people treat autistic people on the internet. Now, this last lolcow I'm going to talk about is one that I don't really know much about. Tofia Chu, or simply Tofia, is a 31-year-old TikToker who gained fame for her advances at getting a boyfriend. Tofia is known for demanding refunds on DoorDash, being creepy towards Asian men, and oversharing information on live streams. Her controversies involve the abuse of her dog, Hershey, and her cat, Peaches, and watching teen Asian gay porn on a live stream. I actually forgot I put that in there. She is a manipulative mastermind, or at least she thinks so. I can't stop laughing. She tried to manipulate people into giving her money multiple times, like a GoFundMe for a dead brother and seriously injured mother. This incident occurred during a carjacking. So that was a roller coaster of emotions. I don't really know what to say there about that last one, but seriously, do not send hate to any of these people in any way. They don't deserve it. Well, 3 of them don't deserve it. Only really 2 deserve it. So if you liked the video, hit the like button and subscribe while you're down there, since only 10% of you guys are subscribed to my channel, and it's kind of crazy how only 10% of you guys are subscribed. So please subscribe, and I don't know, I'll post another video if you subscribe. I'll do that. Yeah, I'll do that. Have a good day or night, and I'll see you next time.
Hopefully that's not something you're going to post.